Oh, yeah. I'm good, Train, but I'm not that good.
How are you?
That's like sponsored.
Yes.
Hey vlog, tonight I'm coming to you from Microsoft Times Square, where I'm on a panel of international startups. So this is super cool. One, just being in this amazing location constantly, I have to stop and go, wow, I'm in New York, I'm in Times Square, and to be able to be sharing my journey with a whole lot of entrepreneurs tonight. Oh, I'm like pretty excited about this. Like, yeah, this might be a little bit of a bucket list type thing, but yeah, so you're going to come and join me tonight. We're going to have fun. Just comment on that. I had a year where basically a grenade went off in my entire life and everything went to shit. And I remember sitting around the table with my advisors, and all they wanted to talk about was how we were going to close the company down. And you know, I built this from my spare bedroom with a 3-month-old baby with nothing. And they all were so quick to say, right, you know, we've got to look at how we wind this up. And I remember, you know, just going on from what you were talking about, I remember going, guys, like, that is not an option for me. This is my life, you know, this is like my child. The only way is for us to survive. And basically nobody believed that I was going to turn it around. And I basically went, well, fuck you, and went and turned it around. And I turned it around in 3 months' time, in fact. But, you know, mind you, listening to all those people was some pretty good motivation. Back a long time ago was that I didn't have the money to compete with the people that they could get jobs with, and I couldn't offer them the money, I couldn't offer them security. So the biggest thing that I could offer was my vision. And so everything that I was basically selling was my vision of what I was going to create. And I was able to bring an amazing team on to because of that, and so that they chose the vision over that. But one thing I'll say about that journey is that it's very important to understand that the people that you bring on are not going to be with you for the whole journey, particularly as your business grows. So you need to be able to bring people on that are going to bring something to your business that you don't have at any one time. And I had 5 people who got me from 0 to my first key milestone, and then the business outgrew them. And I was so emotionally attached and grateful for what they'd done, and I took way too long to exit them because of that emotional attachment, but ultimately they couldn't bring me the skills to go to the next level. So I think it's really important to look and say, what are they bringing to me that I don't have right now, and how long will that be for, and be happy that they're going to expire. And I mean, look, I could talk about interview tips and all of those things all that time, but they were personal mistakes, sort of things that I learned.
So how important is team and delegation to you guys? It's hard for some founders, honestly.
Well, incredibly important at the moment, because my company in Australia, I've put a CEO in place and the team is running it, and they've funded me to be here.
Right.
So really, I'm so reliant on them. But also, I started in a profession where usually the founder is the key practitioner, and the reason I was able to scale my business was because I worked on it rather than in it at a very early stage. So I could have made a lot more money early on if I had built myself out more. And I chose not to do that. I chose to grow a team because I wanted to scale. And in fact, that gave me a competitive advantage in my space, because all of my competitors were 1 or 2 man bands, because they wanted to be a practitioner, I wanted to be a business owner. So building a team and knowing where my strength was and where it wasn't has been so critical to my growth. And what's interesting now is coming here, I've gone from being in a position, you know, 12 months ago where I was no longer the CEO, I was sitting on the board and my job was basically media and brand and strategy, and now I've come to New York and I'm having to work out how to use QuickBooks, and it's driving me insane, but I'm doing like all the things right, and it was only 12 months ago that I had a completely different job. So I have found that incredibly difficult and not what I expected in going into startup, but in a company that's already well established. So I've had a lot of surprises in that sense. Probably two things. One that's really relevant to me at the moment, being 6 months in, is that thinking about things and planning and preparing does not give you the answers. You get the answers by doing. And so there are so many things in the last 6 months, if I look back, that in hindsight I would do differently. Some of those things maybe I could have foreseen if I'd done some different preparation, but most of it I've learnt by just going out there and doing, and I've had to make a lot of pivots and iterations and understanding how you guys can't understand a thing that I say, and I have to change how I pitch and all of these things. But I wouldn't know this stuff if I just didn't do it. So if for those of you that are thinking about stuff, seriously, just stop thinking and just do it, because ultimately life is too long and life is too short. It really is. It's too long to not do what you want to do and keep thinking and thinking and thinking, and it's too short to not do what you want to do, and so we've got this amazing opportunity here. We're all so privileged to live a dream, and I think some people think it's fluffy, but really my whole view on life is, who cares what anyone thinks? I'm here from Australia. I've got 3 little boys in Australia that are waiting for me to make it here, to bring them over. I'm making enormous sacrifices, but I really believe in dream chasing, and I don't think we really have that much to lose. And so I just implore everyone in this room, if there's anything that you want to do that's inside you, just have a crack, because no one gives a shit. It's your life, and you'll regret it if you don't. But one thing, a couple of things that I'm using at the moment, everything is just one person's perspective. So them not wanting to buy your service or product or telling you that it's no good, or someone telling you you're no good, that's their perspective from their lens and from their experience, and that could be very, very limited. I think sometimes we put too much weight on someone else's, knowledge and opinion. But that doesn't change the fact that it hurts, but it's all about what you make it mean, Okay, well, my business partner in one of my businesses always said, "Oh, what a shame for you." He would go, "What a shame for them that they missed the opportunity to work with me." And
especially after you invest 2 months of your time and effort into
But you know what? That's the game.
After they're in the United States, not back home. The problem with them is more basically they don't have a lot of confidence. Especially when it comes to language barriers, culture barriers. They sometimes view the Americans as a more superior population. That actually brings a lot of problems when it comes to Chinese international students here trying to start their own business in the United States.
Totally.
So we're trying actually to host some panel discussions just for the students, actually looking for help from successful entrepreneurs, who have their success stories. Especially, I feel like you're the perfect models, because you get them.
Yes,
you
totally.
Understand how is it come to a completely different country, although speaking the same language, but different culture. Everybody is even behave in a different way and everything. So I'm just wondering, is it possible that we actually invite you to come to our panels and speak to our students and everything, because they really need help.
And the confidence thing is something that I really want to talk more and more about.
They don't have that.
And Americans do.
That's the thing, but we're learned we have to be humble. Our culture teaches how to be humble and everything.
Well, in our culture, we're passive, and you do not talk about how good you are, because we'll cut you down.
Yes.
And here, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm awesome at this." And so I'd love to talk about that.
Well, here you go. This is my card.
Thank you. Did you give me my
United States?
Thank you.
I'm
That's
so
nice.
I'm so happy I met you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, please keep in touch.
Nice.
Thank you so
definitely.
much.
I would love to do that.
You're really inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a great way to finish an awesome night of networking, meeting people that either want to do a startup, are in startup, are raising capital, wanting to learn more about investment, the whole entrepreneurship world that I love, having all those people together, being on that panel with those incredible people, that's amazing opportunity, and then finishing off with drinks and talking about Australia. So that's really nice. So I'm so glad you could join me. Remember, What do you need to do, Trey?